morning, and welcome in to the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for starting your Thursday with me. Yesterday was absolutely incredible. You all lit up the text line, the DMs, the phones. I had so much fun hearing your stories and just doing life with you. Hey, let's do it again today, shall we? Today's theme is one that so many people need, especially this time of year. Let me start with a quote. This is from Frederick Buechner. It took me a while to learn how to pronounce that name. Sorry, I kind of stumbled on it there. This is what he said. The place where God calls you is the place where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meet. Isn't that something? Sometimes the very place you feel sad, lonely, overwhelmed, or stretched thin is the exact place God shows up to meet you with comfort, with strength, with peace. That's why our show quote today is this. Listen carefully. Whatever is heavy on your heart today, God is already holding it with you. Wow. Because when your heart feels heavy, He doesn't pull away, does He? No, He comes closer. And that brings us to today's word of life. It's one of the most comforting verses in the scripture. Psalm 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. And if that's you today, if you're carrying something nobody else knows about, if your spirit feels pressed or tired or bruised, you're not alone. You're not forgotten. And you're not too much for God to handle. When your heart breaks, His presence holds you. And I believe He brought you here this morning. Wow. He wants you to feel His nearness before you step into your day. So let's dive in. Let's fill today with hope, encouragement, and some really good conversations, because you never know how your story or your voice might be the one that lifts someone else up. So here's the question I have for you. I would really love to hear from you on this, okay? Here it is. What's one small thing someone did for you on a hard day that meant more than they realized? I want you to think about that. You probably already got it in your head. You've got that one instance that sticks out. I want to hear your story. Let me ask the question one more time and I'll give you the numbers. What's one small thing someone did for you on a hard day that meant more than they realized? Call me, 256-505-0885, and let me know. I'd love to hear your voice. Or text me, 256-967-0885. And thank you. I look forward to hearing from you. It's these little things that sometimes make the biggest difference. Here's Mercy Me with Silent Night. I thought this was pretty cool. I wanted to let you in on it too. I noticed on Mercy Me's socials that Bart Millard, he's the lead singer, he actually snapped a picture at Abbey Road Studio. They're over there recording these days, and that's an iconic studio. But guess who was there? Everybody was gathered around him. Sir Paul McCartney. From the Beatles, and they famously recorded there at Abbey Road as well. So I love seeing them behind the scenes with these artists. I love that they share their lives there on the socials. So anyway, as long as I keep finding it, I'll keep bringing it your way, okay? Now, how about some Ray Conniff with Ring Christmas Bells? I think it's such a refreshing thing when somebody who is really experiencing success gives the credit where credit is due, whether that's to the team around him or ultimately to God, who gave that person favor. There's just something about that humility that goes a long way when people use their platform to share their faith. And it's a beautiful thing to behold. I came across a guy who was kind of fielding one of those questions from somebody. It's as if somebody said, "Oh, you're just lucky." Well, he's got a response for that. I'm going to share it with you coming up after Point of Grace and Let It Snow. It's good. So don't go anywhere. Well, you got lucky on that one, didn't you? Oh, how are you so lucky? Why, things just seem to come your way. Don't you love those little comments? It's like, if you only knew what was really going on behind the scenes, you wouldn't say that, because it's not luck at all. That's a beautiful thing about this Christian life is we know there's behind the scenes happening because God is up to some really good stuff. And lots of times we don't even realize it's happening. We don't know how he's putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, but he's doing it, right? So it's good for us to stay humble, give the credit where credit is due. Well, came across a guy who's doing just that, and I thought this was such a good way of expressing it. Kind of a matter of fact, but true at the same time. And you know what? It's a little blunt, but that's okay. Sometimes we can be a little blunt, especially when we're putting it out there. Hey, this is actually what it is. His name is David, and he's got 163 million likes just on his TikTok channel. He's got 2.7 million followers. A lot of people like this guy. And you might think, well, he's so successful. He's just lucky. Well, here, take a listen to his response to that kind of a comment.
You're so lucky. No, I pray over everything in my life. It's never been luck. It's always been God. People really act like blessings just fall out of the sky because I tripped over a 4-leaf clover. No, we've been praying hard over jobs, over peace, over direction, over people who shouldn't even be in my life, but somehow God keeps filtering them out like spam emails. Luck didn't open the doors. Luck didn't close the wrong ones. Luck didn't hold me together on days I was one inconvenience away from folding. That was God, consistently, quietly, faithfully. People only see the outcome. They don't see the nights we prayed when nothing was changing, the moments we trusted him when we didn't understand the plan, the times we stayed still when anxiety told us to panic. Psalm 121:2 says, "My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." Not luck, not coincidence, not good vibes. Help comes from God. So when somebody says, "You're lucky," I just smile, because if they knew how many prayers were behind the scenes, how many times God stepped in right on time, they'd understand it's not luck at all. It's grace, it's protection, it's God's hand on our lives.
And I love the way that God does that too, because lots of times he puts people in our path to help support us a little bit. Give us a little shot in the arm, a little encouragement. It's good. And I think somebody's been there for you like that. I think God has put somebody in your life at just the right moment when you were feeling down and somehow your spirits were lifted. You were able to hold your head back up. You were able to walk a little more confidently. You weren't feeling so good before that encounter. But afterwards, it's like, feeling good again. Thank you, Jesus. So I want to hear that story. I want to know about a time that somebody did something for you. And it might have been small in their eyes. They just didn't realize how big it was to you at the time. And I know you have a story about that. So would you share it with me, please? If you don't want to be on the radio, I completely understand. We won't put it on the radio. I won't record it and put it up. But with your permission, maybe I'll talk about it. I don't even have to use your name. So, text me, 256-967-0885. And let's see if we can get some encouragement going here. Let's see if we can get a few stories to help people know that God is still moving. He's still doing this. At just the right time, he puts people in your path that do just what you need at the exact moment you need it. Text me, 256-967-0885. Or call 256-505-0885. And like I said, if you want it to be confidential just between you and me, we can do that. Won't even talk about it on the radio. But if you want to help somebody out today, if you want to share your story with me and then let me share it, I'm telling you, it's powerful. Your testimony is a huge thing. So, let me give you those numbers one more time. Text me at 256-967-0885 or call 256-505-0885. We look forward to hearing from you. Right now, those temperatures, well, they're not too cold just yet. We do have a big round number on the board, but it's not the one you really want to see. Because, you see, around here, we don't kiss this number. No, because it is teeth-chattering cold outside. Come on, computer. There it is. 30 degrees right now in Huntsville, but it is 31 in Arab, 32 right at the freezing mark in Boaz, and right here in Gunnersville, we are sitting at a balmy 33 degrees. Speaking of being balmy, we have a really good friend down in Palm Coast, Florida. His name is Joel Modis, and you know what? Down there, I would venture to say it's not near as cold as it is here right now. But how warm is it? 52 degrees, according to my computer, with sunshine right there on the beach. Joel, I hope you're having a great morning. Thanks for reaching out to me, man. I really appreciate what you just sent me. I'm about to talk about that. But first, let me talk about this word of life from Psalm 34, verse 18, in the New Living Translation of the Bible. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. I bet that's been you a time or two. I know it's been me. Just felt like you couldn't move on. But he sends help at just the right time. That's what's so beautiful about it. He picks up your spirits by somebody coming along, maybe making you smile. For me, sometimes it's just a simple conversation with somebody that gets me out of my head long enough for me to forget about my problem for just a minute or two. You know what I mean? Yeah. And sometimes it is just a small conversation that means the biggest in that moment. So with that in mind, I'm asking you this morning, when's a time that somebody did something for you that may have been small, but it meant more to you than that person could have ever known? Because you were dealing with some stuff they didn't know about. Yeah, we've all been there, haven't we? I'm asking you to share that story with me today because we learn from each other. We encourage each other. That's what we do around here. We are family. So if you want to share your story with me, you can text me at 256-967-0885, or you can call 256-505-0885. I would love to hear from you either way. So putting that question out there this morning, I got a response from Joel Modis. It's so funny because he was texting me at the same time I was getting ready to send him a text. I was trying to find the perfect GIF to send his way. And then I got his text. It's like we were on the same page, Joel. That's so cool. But I love what he said, and I'm so humbled by it. Because Joel says JFM radio is my encouragement. Thank you. I'm so glad we can be here to help make your day a little bit better, Joel. And then you've been a part of this for a long time now. Through vacations and the move to Florida. Thank you for being a part of this family. Now, he said that he heard an awesome Christmas song at Universal. It was from the Andrews Sisters and Bing Crosby. It was called Christmas Island. I don't know that I've ever heard that song, but I know that I found it, and I want to play it for you. So here you go, sir. Thanks for being here. Then we'll be in the 20s. Right now, we're all in the 30s, and some of us just at the 30-degree mark, like Coleman right now. 31 in Scottsboro and Albertville, 32 in Bluentsville, 33 right here in Gunnersville. But my, what a beautiful sky. That sunrise is gorgeous this morning. Hope you're having a great morning so far. Hey, let's talk about your word of life for just a minute. It comes to you from Psalm 34, verse 18, in the New Living Translation of the Bible. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. You know what? It doesn't matter what age we are. That verse is true. It could be you're brokenhearted because you just broke up with your very first girlfriend or boyfriend, and that is hard. Oh, you feel like you're just going to die. But can I tell you? You won't. You won't die. Everything will be okay. Just takes a little time to see that. Or maybe you're brokenhearted over a really bad test score. It's like it just didn't go your way. But guess what? You got time to pull that grade up. Don't worry about it. Sure, learn from your mistake, but let's do better next time. Sound good? All right, then. I know we got a bunch of kids ready to go into that schoolhouse coming up here in the next few minutes. So I've got a car line competition prepped and ready to go. Before I get to that, though, I think I want to take us back to our childhood for another Christmas song. This is one we haven't played before, but it's a very popular song. Yeah, in fact, Joel Modis even brought it up. He said, "Come On Ring Those Bells" by Evie. So I think we should play that. So here you go, Joel. And thanks for putting that back on my radar. I like that song too. I hear it every year at least one time at church. We have a lady who sings this song, and it is a Christmas tradition at the church I go to. It's so cool. So Miss Buckhannon is the one who sings it. Oh, so well. In fact, I think maybe she sings it better than Evie does, if I'm being honest. But here's Evie. One more hit of nostalgia before we play the car line competition. With all you kids in the car, I know you got different ways of doing this, but you see, when I was a kid, this was one of those ways that maybe you've never heard of. Here, take a listen to this and see what you think.
90s kids, there's no way you don't remember this.
Bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish?
No, we're supposed to do any, mini, mighty, mo.
No, you're it.
No.
Just ask mom or dad about that one if you don't know. I just unlocked a memory for a lot of you. A lot of you parents. Yeah, a lot of you grandparents even. You remember that, don't you? It's been a while. You know, when I think of that, I think of those little, I call it a paper flapper. You know, you fold the piece of paper, you have like 4 colors, then you have numbers, and then you have all these things, and you open up a flap and it tells you. It's got a little message for you on the inside. Yeah, some people call it a cootie catcher. Anyway, I've heard some people call them a fortune cookie. It's different. I haven't seen those in a minute, though. Anyway, I just thought I'd kind of open up that little can of nostalgia. Yeah, it smells good, doesn't it? Well, hey, enough talking. Let's get down to business, shall we? Say it with me in 3, 2, 1. Give me the horn! All right, now I guess let's go ahead and let's crank that engine, and then we will start that music so I can say, hey, everybody, it's time to play the car line competition. That's right, your chance to win some gift cards on this 3-Clue Thursday. Ooh, 3 clues to give you a few hints as to what it is I'm talking about. So you can win 3 gift cards, 1 to keep, 2 to give away. Got them to Gunnersville Chick-fil-A, Albertville Home Bakery, and the Caring Heart Thrift Store in Arab. A big thank you to our sponsors for making this happen. Now keep in mind, you can only win 1 time a month, but then you got to get all your classmates in your homeroom to call in and get your homeroom at the top of the leaderboard for a little extra something special at the end of the month. So now, you ready? Here we go. Round number 1, clue number 1. Oh, here's the number. Have it ready to go, okay? 256-505-0885. I don't want to forget that part. You got to know who to call, how to get here. So 256-505-0885. So now, got it ready? Here we go. Clue number 1. I'm part decoration, part tradition, and I'm known for hanging around. Clue number 2. Some people avoid me. Some people seek me out. But either way, I'm usually found above your head. And clue number 3, kisses happen because of me, but only if both people follow the Christmas rules. What am I? 256-505-0885. There is my caller. Stay right there on the phone line with me while I start this song. I'll get your answer. It's Jeremy Camp. And joy to the world. Howdy, howdy. What's going on?
Howdy, Mr. Steven.
How's it going, man?
Going good. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain. So we got this 3-Clue Thursday happening right now. It's a mystery Christmas object. Do you think you know the answer to my question?
I feel confident this morning, more confident than the others.
You've been striking out a lot here lately, so I'm hoping you got it this time, man.
It's time to get a win.
All right, so what could it be, Donnie?
So I'm going to give you ooh, yeah, brother. And then I'm going to give you its mistletoe.
Mistletoe. Ooh, is that your final answer?
That's it.
Are you sure, Donnie? You don't want to change it up to something else?
I was pretty confident that's what it was.
Well, you should have been, because it's correct. Congratulations, sir!
Hey.
I had to mess with you.
You had me going for a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, finally. Been trying all week.
Right? 3 gift cards, 1 to keep, 2 to give away. How we doing this, man?
I'm hearing a train.
Oh, my. I hear it, too. Yep, it's right there in the
I hear
background. Yeah, you want to shout somebody out just for fun of it, just to share some love.
Let's see. I'm going to shout my wife out. I love to always shout my wife out. She's a
Aw.
wonderful woman.
Yeah.
Takes care of me. Love her to death.
Very nice.
I want to shout out my brother, too. Actually, you know what? I want to shout out my nephew today, my oldest nephew, Dustin.
Oh, cool.
Because he is doing very good. He's got he just got married, and he's got a new little boy now.
Oh, wow.
He's doing good, and I want to share the love with him this morning.
Man, that's awesome. Very cool. Well, yep, we got that train rolling. Now, what school do you want to shout out?
I want to shout out, where does your wife teach? Fairview?
Oh,
correct?
Fairview Middle.
Yeah, I want to shout out Fairview Middle this morning.
Cool. All right. Sounds great. We'll get them a point on the leaderboard, my friend. Man, you rock. I hope you have a great day.
I hope you do too, brother.
Thank you, sir.
All
right.
See you.
See ya. That is how it's done. The car line competition, first round down, and that train is rolling. 3 gift cards now turned into 6 gift cards. So, I wonder if you have what it takes to win. Well, let's find out on round number 2. But before we play it, I always have to hear those. Where are those bells at again? There they are. Okay, cool. So round number 2. Here's the number again, 256-505-0885. I have it ready to go. Don't call me yet. 256-505-0885. Now that it's in your phone, you think you know the answer to this. As soon as you think you know the answer, you need to call me up. So here we go. Clue number 1. I'm an animal connected to Christmas, but you won't find me pulling a sleigh or eating carrots. Ooh. Clue number 2. I'm known for showing up at midnight, nibbling on crumbs, and keeping warm in cozy corners. And clue number 3. A famous Christmas poem says I was not stirring, not even me. Ooh, what am I? 256-505-0885. I didn't think it would take that long. There they are. All right, stay right there on the phone line with me while I start this song, and I'll get your answer. I got Bobby Helms and Jingle Bell Rock. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm just great.
Wonderful. Who am I talking to?
You're talking to Victoria.
Victoria. It's such a regal name, such a distinguished name, Victoria. Do you go by any other kind of shorter pronunciation of your name?
Well, most family and friends call me Tora.
Tora. Oh, that's cool. All right. Very nice. So, what's on the agenda for today? What you got going on?
I'm headed into work.
Okay. Remind us where you work.
I work at Dental Associates of Hampton Cove. I'm a hygienist.
Oh, nice. So you got your finger in people's mouths all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you handle bad breath?
I wear a mask.
I've often wondered, it's like, a lot of us, well, not us, a lot of people, they decide that before they go to the dentist, they need to go home and brush their teeth real quick. They need to do the mouthwash and all that stuff. But I'm of the persuasion that, hey, I'm getting them cleaned. Do I need to clean them before I get them cleaned, or is it fine just to come in with them normal?
Well, as long as you don't eat Oreos or Cheetos, then you can come in as normal.
Oreos and Cheetos are like the bane of your existence, huh?
Yes.
That's so good. Oh, we're unlocking some secrets here. Well, hey, I'm so glad that you called me because I've got a question for you. This is 3 Clue Thursday, and this could land you some gift cards. So here we go. First clue is as follows. I'm an animal connected to Christmas, but you won't find me pulling a sleigh or eating carrots. Clue number 2, I'm known for showing up at midnight, nibbling on crumbs and keeping warm in cozy corners. And clue number 3, a famous Christmas poem says, I was not stirring, not even me. What am I?
A mouse.
You are! Congratulations to you! Good job. You just won 3 gift cards. No, 6 gift cards, because we had a train rolling through. So 2 to keep and 4 to give away. That's a lot of love to share, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. So can you tell me about a couple of very special people going to be getting a gift card from you?
Well, I think I'm just going to roll all the gift cards forward, but I will shout out my 2 daughters.
Okay.
Who are wonderful daughters and wonderful moms. Their names are Andrea and Jacqueline.
Oh, very cool. One proud mama, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love it. Well, hey, what school would you like to shout out?
I want to shout out John Jones Elementary in Rainbow City.
Okay.
And teacher, Miss Smith, for first grade.
Very good. I got it down here. We'll get them on the leaderboard. Could I ask you one more question before I let you go?
You sure can.
Okay, so this morning we're talking about how God shows up in some of our darkest moments. It's like he sends people our way at just the right time, and maybe they do just something that seems so insignificant, so small to them, but to you it feels way bigger. Can you think of an instance where something like that has happened in your life?
Oh, yes. Just last Friday, actually, I went to have a echocardiogram, and just wasn't feeling too great. And the wonderful girl that was doing my echocardiogram, we got to talking about Christmas and the meaning of Christmas and how Christ has changed her life. And it was just a blessing to hear her testimony.
Yeah.
Sitting there, getting my echocardiogram.
Wow.
She just lifted my day.
Oh, I love that. Because, I mean, if we're honest, when you go for an echocardiogram, you can kind of get in your head about it. You kind of wonder, is everything okay? Is something wrong? But then you were able to get out of your head and talk with her about this.
Yes, it was wonderful.
Wow. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
Uh-huh.
Is it okay if I share it on the radio?
It sure is.
Wonderful. All right, then. Well, Victoria, I hope you have the best day ever, and we'll get those gift cards rolled on. Thank you.
All right. You too. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow. I love it. I love playing this game. I love learning more about you. And wow, now I know, as long as I don't eat Cheetos or Oreos, I'm good to just go to the dentist as I am. I don't have to go home real quick and brush my teeth or floss or any of that stuff. It's kind of like, washing the dishes before you put them in the dishwasher. It's like it helps, but is it necessary? Anyway. All right, so that went really fast, and we've got the train rolling. So I thought maybe we could do another round. Can we do one more round of the car line competition? Would that be okay with you? All right, well, let's do this thing. I've got one more round, 3-Clue Thursday. I don't have 3 bells or I'd hit them, but hold on. I think I can put them together, though. Let's see, here's 2, and then 1, please. Aha, there we go, 3 bells. First time doing that. And here we go. Clue number 1. I'm one of the few Christmas treats that can't melt, but I can break a tooth if you're not careful. Ooh. Clue number 2, I'm crunchy on the outside, soft or sticky inside, and often found in red and white stripes. Wow. Clue number 3, hang me on a tree, stir me in hot chocolate, or snap me in half. Either way, I'm a classic holiday favorite. What am I? 256-505-0885. What might happen to these 6 gift cards? Is somebody going to cash them out? Is somebody going to roll the train? I don't know. You got to call me up. Let me know. What am I looking for? Again, the clues. Clue number 1, I'm one of the few Christmas treats that can't melt, but I can break a tooth if you're not careful. Yeah, as you get older, you have to be careful with these things. Clue number 2, I'm crunchy on the outside and often found in red and white stripes. Clue number 3, hang me on a tree, stir me in a hot chocolate, or snap me in half. Either way, I'm a classic holiday favorite. So there you go. 3 clues. I'll give you 1 more. Here's a bonus clue. It's so hard to get the plastic off of these things. It's like before you know it, you got plastic. It's like you can't taste this particular part of it, and it's like, oh, the plastic's still on. That's why. What am I talking about? 256-505-0885. Call me up and let me know. In the meantime, Nat King Cole. Oh, come all you faithful. There's my caller. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
Going good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. So what's going on? What's on the agenda for today?
Well, I'm actually fixing to take a break, go out with my husband, and take care of some business this morning.
All right. I got you. Got some errands to run. But you're going out with the hubby. Oh, you know what? I ran a little story yesterday that talked a little bit about what ladies might really want. And I was trying to help all of us guys out, right? Because it's our job to read your mind.
Yes,
sometimes
I heard that.
Sometimes it feels
I heard part of that.
You did? Okay, okay.
I loved it, yeah.
Okay, so then do you agree that sometimes just getting out with your hubby and just spending some time together, maybe going shopping, even if you don't get anything, just spending some time, do you find that kind of recharges your battery?
Yes, it does.
Really? Okay.
It's not the money and buying everything, but it's just time alone, just walking through, shopping and looking. And, of course, sometimes we do buy something. Sometimes it's good just to walk through and not worry about buying anything. Just be thankful that it's just us and we're both able to walk around and enjoy.
Yeah, that's definitely a win right there. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for corroborating that. I was thinking we were on the right track with that. So that was fun. All right. So I've got these 3 clues right here. Could land you 9 gift cards. So here we go. Clue number 1. I'm one of the few Christmas treats that can't melt, but I can break a tooth if you're not careful. Clue number 2. I'm crunchy on the outside and often found in red and white stripes. Clue number 3. Hang me on a tree, stir me in a hot chocolate, or snap me in half. Either way, I'm a classic holiday favorite. What am I?
Candy cane.
Of course. Yes. Delicious candy canes. Now, do you like the normal candy canes, or do you like the, I think they have different varieties now. They have them in like cherry and fruit flavors. Do you like traditional or the kind of odd?
Like the traditional.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Well, other flavors I might like, but I have some of these traditional little mini candy canes right here, and I just love peppermint.
Oh, you got them. You said right here. So they're right there beside you?
Oh, yeah, they're right here.
Oh, wow.
Right here on my countertop.
Very cool. I haven't seen it done in a while, but I bet you might have hung a candy cane on a tree before.
Yes.
Yeah. It used to be a bigger tradition, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah. Now, did you ever get in trouble, like if you went and grabbed one of the candy canes off the tree and ate it? I mean, or was that expected?
I think it was expected.
Okay.
But we couldn't get them all, We had to save a few.
I got you. All right. So with those 9 gift cards, that's a lot of love to share with a lot of people. I wonder if you could tell me about 2 very special people who are going to get a gift card from you.
What type of gift card is it? Is it just
sure.
like
So 3 different places. So you got 3 to Gunnersville Chick-fil-A, 3 to Albertville Home Bakery, and 3 to the Caring Heart Thrift Store in Arab.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. I have 8 grandchildren.
Wow.
But I don't know for sure if they'll get one or not. And I've got 2 daughters and a son, and then the in-laws. So, and then there might be someone else at church or somewhere that I might want to share one with.
I got you. So you got a lot of people who are...
Friends and family, yes.
A lot of eligible people to give a gift card to. That's great. I love it. Can you point out maybe just a couple of them and tell me something extra special about just those 2?
Well, I have one of my aunts, and she's like a mom to me. She helped raise me and also. And I'm going to give my husband one.
Aw. What do we love about that guy?
Yes, I'm telling you, he is a hard worker. I'm telling you. He's a plumber by trade. He worked at Huntsville City Schools for 22 years, just retired October the 1st. Goes and does things for his children that's just unreal. I mean, not having a dad growing up that really cared, and then he come into my life, and we've been married 43 years, and he's supported me. He's helped with our children. He helps with the church. He's an elder in the church, and he does, maintenance and plumbing for the church, and he has done it for many people, and so I am just very blessed and very grateful to have him.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing the love here on the radio. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. So what school would you like to shout out?
DAR Patriots, he said.
All right. Is there a particular teacher there you'd like to shout out?
You know what? Actually, my kids are out of school, and a couple of my grandchildren are there.
Okay.
And so, there's a custodian that's very good there that we know that we go to church with. He is very good.
Oh, very cool.
But it has to be a teacher, right?
It's a homeroom teacher.
Yes, there is so many good teachers there. There's Ashley Downs. There's Kenny Downs High School. They're really good. Kenny, I think he is a teacher, coach, and now they were short of bus drivers. Then they, he went out to drive the bus in the morning now for them. And so Kenny Downs, high school coach and teacher at DAR.
That's a jack of all trades right there. Well, you're driving the bus, you're coaching, that is awesome.
Yes, I can imagine. But anyway.
Yeah. Very nice. Well, thank you for sharing the love here on the radio. We'll make sure they get that point. And let's see.
Yes.
I never grabbed your name.
My name is Betty Ann Anderton. I really enjoy your station.
Well, thank
Oh,
you
good
very
God.
much. I really
God
appreciate
bless y'all.
it. God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that's how it went down. The unprecedented third round of today's 3-Clue Thursday. It worked out just like it was supposed to. I really believe that. That was fun right there. Oh, thank you, Betty Ann. It was a blast talking with you. And hey, I wanted to point this out about the candy cane. It's just a little poem. I'm going to bring the music down and read this to you. And really think about it. The legend of the candy cane. Look at the candy cane. What do you see? Stripes that are red like the blood shed for me. White for my Savior who's sinless and pure. J is for Jesus, my Lord. That's for sure. Turn it around and a staff you will see. Jesus, my shepherd, is coming for me. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, that's a testimony. A tasty little testimony in a plastic wrapper. Hey, I hope you're having a great season so far, this Christmas season. I hope you're feeling the love and the joy. You know what? Some people are. Some people are just feeling just joyous and jubilant. They got smiles on their faces, rosy cheeks, and everything's going great. And some people, they're not feeling it at all because this time of the year hits hard for them, particularly this year, because maybe there's an empty chair at the table. Can I just say, I'm sorry that you're dealing with that loss. Hang on to those good memories. Let them live on. And look at all the blessings that you have around you. Because it's really hard to isolate yourself. It's really hard not to isolate yourself in the middle of that kind of grief. So make sure you include people in your Christmas season. Make sure you don't just stay by yourself all the time, because we can do that to ourselves and it's no fun. And hey, everybody, if you know somebody going through a hard time, give them a little extra love this time of year. I know it's already hectic. You got all kinds of stuff going on with the kids at school, all kinds of functions at church and parties and all this other stuff that's happening. But make sure to check in on your friends, your family that maybe aren't feeling so great this time of year. Check in, see how they're doing. You never know. You might be that one person that shows up, that God uses to help lift their head. It's amazing to be the hands and feet of Jesus on this earth. So make yourself available, okay? All right. Hey, thanks for being here on the Lifeline Morning Show.
This is Pastor Larry Walls with your Drive Time Devotion. Years ago, a corps of engineers went to take a look at a dam in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, that controlled the waters of several streams that flowed down toward a valley. Concerned by what they saw, they went to the town and reported what they had found to the officials. They told them that the dam was unsafe and the people of the town were in danger of the dam collapsing. The officials told them that they'd heard that all their life, heard all that before, and that they were just trying to scare them. Well, in a few months, the engineers revisited the dam and came back again to give them a warning, more stern this time, that with every hour that passed, they were in danger. Again, the town folk just laughed it off. Within the next few months, the engineers returned for yet a third time to give them a warning, and the warning was dismissed again. 15 days after the last visit, on May 31st, 1889, a young boy on a fast-moving horse rode through the valley, telling folks that the dam had broken and they needed to leave because the water was rushing toward them and the town. The people just laughed at the young boy and thought he was joking, but within just a few minutes, a wall of dirty water struck the town, and in less than 30 minutes' time, Johnstown was destroyed and more than 3,700 people died. The wisdom of Proverbs tells us in chapter 15:19, the way of the sluggard is blocked with thorns, but the path of the upright is a highway. Now, if you've been warned that there's a problem that's headed your way, admit that it does exist, and then don't delay in getting it fixed. Take action to bring about a solution. Remember, it's the job that's never started that always takes the longest to finish. Pray with me. God, help us to always be about your business, of your church, and realize the danger that's just on our doorsteps. Help us to become proactive, for it's in the name of Jesus that we pray. Amen.
That's a good word. It's timely, too, because a little later on in the show, I'm going to share with you a story of somebody who, well, they felt like they got a nudge from God to do something, and they did not want to do it. In fact, they did what a lot of us do. They're like, is that really the voice of God, or is that just my voice? But they seeked out some wise counsel, and they made the right decision. I'll save that story for you, but man, that drive time devotion goes so well today. Yeah. Hey, right now, could I shout some people out? Is that okay? I really love doing this because I see you listening in North Carolina. Thank you for being here. Also, Joel Modis, he's been hanging out with us all morning long down in Palm Coast, Florida. Thank you for being here, sir. He really enjoyed the iguana gif that I sent him. You see, some people don't know this, but in Florida, when it gets cold enough outside, iguanas will fall out of the trees. So you gotta watch out for falling iguanas. It's just hilarious to me. I'm sorry, it's just funny. Then we got our friends down in Jefferson County, Alabama, a little southwest of Eagle Point, and we've got some listeners just a little southeast of City Center in Birmingham. Looks like you're near Burning Points right now. Thank you for making us part of your day. Also, Huntsville is here. Gunnersville, Albertville, Arab are hanging out, and we can't forget our friends across the pond in Fuchenstein and Vogelen, Germany. I've wondered maybe if the people in Germany are listening to kind of pick up on better English. Maybe they're trying to learn English. You know what? I think it's great. They tuned in. It's a great way to learn our language. I mean, especially with these songs and these traditional Christmas songs right now. Yeah, they're standards, right? And I hope you've been enjoying the Christmas music. I know it's a little different from our normal programming, but there's something beautiful about it. I'd like to share it with you real quick. So, some people, maybe they're not really fans of Christian music. Maybe they've never really given it a try. But you see, what's happening right now is, with us in the Christmas format, for just this month, until, through December 25th, we have a lot of new listeners. A lot of people who maybe were scanning the dial and they found Christmas music and they're like, oh, I'm going to park it right here. And I'm hoping that they've found something between the music that they really like. Some encouragement. Maybe they've been feeling what we've been trying to do here at the station. It's make their day better. So here we have some brand new listeners who might decide to stick around after December 25th. And when they do, then they'll hear the encouragement in the songs as well, in every single song. Right now, we have some of our artists who are singing these songs. We have some, we have some pretty good songs. We do. But it's not quite what we normally do. And I know, I miss it too. But there is a good payoff here. We're growing this thing. We're getting more people on board. And we're encouraging more people. So, hey, if we can hold out for just a little while longer, it's going to all pay off. All right, let's get back to some great music. Mercy Me, What Child Is This? Right here, right now on the Lifeline Morning Show. So today we're talking about how, God comes close to the brokenhearted. And he does. But there's something about that. There's something about when we're in a tough spot that it's like then that we decide we need to really reach out. We need to really search for God because we need his help. We're between a rock and a hard place. Why is it you think we wait until we're in a spot like that? Some people, I'm afraid to say, I think only ever reach out most authentically when they're in a tough spot. But are you listening for his voice even on the mountaintop? Are you listening for his direction when things are going great? Sometimes I think our heads get so busy and so full of noise, and because we're so, in the moment, I guess, when things are going good. We've got a million things going on. Things are going great at work, going great at home, or maybe not so great. We're trying to balance it all. And for some reason, we just don't make time for him. We don't listen for his voice. And hey, I'm preaching to the choir here because we've all done this, right? I came across a story of a guy who heard God's voice in the middle of something going really good for him. And what he heard, he didn't necessarily like, but he had to come to a decision. Am I going to follow it or am I not? And so he was really struggling with it because things are going really great. And if he were to follow this advice, this direction that he got, then things might not be going so great anymore. One of those. Let me just tell you, it's a good story. I hope you'll stick around and hear it for yourself, because it's coming up next, right after For King and Country. O come, Emmanuel, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Sometimes we do that, don't we? It's like we feel like we hear the voice of God, and it's giving us direction that maybe we're not 100% on board with. And so we wonder, was that God? Or was that my voice? Or what was that? And sometimes we kind of put it on the back burner. But can I just tell you, if God calls you to do something, there is a reason. And most likely it's for your good. More next.
Hey, y'all, let me tell you a little story. Back, I guess it was probably about 25 years ago, my wife and I we had gotten married and we were living in a trailer. And it was our first place we ever bought. And, we're rocking along, everything's going good. And I thought, it'd be better if we had a little more money around the house. So I started a yard business, and I was cutting grass and making some side money. My main job was working down at the shipyard in Pascagoula called Ingalls. Well, I was doing pretty good. And I felt like the Lord started tapping me on the shoulder saying, hey, John, you need to start paying your taxes on that yard business. And I was not for that. Don't want to come off as super Christian here, like I'm just, up to, yes, sir. I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep all that money for myself. So I just didn't, let me just make sure that's really the Lord's voice I'm hearing here. And he kept bringing it up. And he kept bringing it up. I was like, oh my gosh. I told my wife, about it, and she also didn't like that idea, just like I did not like that idea. So anyway, I worked with a man down there named Eli Whittle. He lived in Van Cleve. He was a real nice guy. And I really respected him and thought he was wise, and he was a Christian man. And I just went to him and I told him what was going on. I said, hey, I'm doing this. I feel like the Lord's telling me this. I wanted him to come up with some go around to get me out of it to where I could keep my money. That's really, I'm just telling you honestly what I wanted him to do. And he listened to everything I had to say, and he said, well, John, he said, if the Lord's telling you to do it, do you think it's wrong or do you think it's right? I'm gonna be paying my taxes, I guess. So, you can't argue with that sound, easy logic. He said, if the Lord's telling you to do it, you think it's gonna be wrong or right? You think it's gonna be bad or good? I said, if the Lord's telling me to do it, it's gonna be good and it's right. He said, I think you know what to do. I said, yes, sir, I do. So, I was obedient. I did what I was supposed to do. I had to get some more yards to cover my taxes to get me back to where I was. It was a hard thing to do, and I didn't see any results from it. I was just like, oh man, this is just paying my taxes on this stuff, and this is my side money. I'm under the table. I was doing it. I was being obedient, and don't look now. Something came up, and the place we were living, we had to move. And so we started looking for a place to put our trailer. Well, everywhere you put the trailer, you had to have water, you had a septic tank, and you had to get it moved, and it was going to be so much money, we couldn't get it done. And we started looking to buy a house and sell the trailer. And we found a place, and we loved it. It was exactly what we wanted. And we sat down with finance people, and they said, well, John, you're that close to having enough money to meet the requirements to get this house, but you're not making enough money. And I was like, man, I'm paying all these taxes and doing all these. And she said, you don't have any other income or anything? And I went, well, yeah, I got my yard business. She said, well, do you have a way to prove that you've got this yard business that you're making money at? And I went, like, what do you mean? Because I was young, I didn't know what she meant. She said, like a tax receipt or something, from from your yard business showing where you paid taxes. And I went, as a matter of fact, I do. He knew a year out that we were going to have to move. He knew a year out that I wanted that house. He knew a year out he was going to give us that house. He knew a year out that I was going to need a piece of paper that showed that I was making that money. He knew all of that. Y'all, you can trust him. I'm telling you what, he knew a year out. He had plans before I ever dreamed I was going to buy a brand new home and move into it just like that. He did that for me. And if I'd had my way, I wouldn't have got it. I would not have got it. Even though I had the money and the income, I couldn't have proved it. He knew. And he knows everything about you too. I'm not special. So, if God tells you to do something, you think it's going to be wrong? No, it's going to be right. Let's obey him. He is way smarter than us. His ways aren't our ways. His ways are better. All right, y'all. I hope that helped you, touched your heart. Listen to an old wise man every now and then. He knows some stuff. All right, love you. Bye.
I know this time of year we really focus on the kids, don't we? We try to make their Christmas magical, and I hope it is going great for you. I don't know what your traditions are. Maybe you got something your family's been doing for a while now that not a lot of other people do, but it's special. And I hope you embrace that, and I hope it lives on for generations, because there's just something cool about that. You know what I mean? But hey, I wonder if maybe sometimes we're getting in too much of a hurry. Yeah, this time of year is a good time to reflect a little bit, to think back and see if maybe, I don't know, we can give a little bit here and there. If we don't have to be quite so strict on our time, or maybe we can prioritize things so that we have time to spend, well, on some important stuff. At least it's important right now, because it's something that your kid absolutely loves. Yeah, I came across a story of a lady who is in her 80s, but for one day, she had an opportunity to go back to her 30s with her littles in the house. And she has a different perspective all these years later. She would do things a little bit differently. I want you to stick around and hear her story coming up here on the show. You'll be glad that you did. First, here's Amy Grant. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
I'm 80 years old, and somehow I woke up in my 38-year-old body, just for one day. Mummy, wake up, they shout. I blink, I sit up slowly. My babies, they're small again. I gasp, I cry. They climb into bed, giggling, wiggling. I used to rush through mornings, but not today. I catch my reflection in the bathroom mirror. No deep lines, no grey hair, my younger face. I used to think I looked old at 38. What a silly thought. I stare for a moment and think, you are so beautiful. I find my husband in the kitchen making coffee. He looks strong and young. I wrap my arms around him so tightly, he looks surprised. We pile into the car, kids arguing over seatbelts. Someone drops a snack, crumbs everywhere. I used to get so frustrated, but I'll miss this mess. I will miss this mess. Dinner is loud and unorganised. No one wants to sit still. There's shouting, giggling, and so much life. And before bed, I pick up the phone and I call my mum. I hear her voice. Mum! Mum! I haven't heard this voice in so many years. And I tell her I love her again and again and again. And I never want to hang up. At bedtime, I don't skip the pages in the story. Not tonight. I don't want this day to end. I got one more day, and this time I knew this was joy. This was love. Those little hands, those loud, messy dinners, our strong young bodies with no aches or pains, our parents who were still alive. It all mattered. So much more than we ever realised. Doesn't that just put you right back to where we have to be grateful? We're just surviving, we're not thriving. But it's just a moment where we have to think, whenever we are overwhelmed and we're in the trenches, just think of that 80-year-old and go back to that time, because you're going to miss this. We will.
So there's one Christmas song that is tied to a movie. Well, there are a few of them tied to movies, but this particular one is actually not a movie. It's more of, well, it's kind of a movie, but it's more of a television special. There are some characters involved, like Lucy and let's see, Charlie Brown, and you've heard this one plenty of times already this season, but I want to play it for you again. It's Linus and Lucy by the Vince Guaraldi Trio, and I want to share a story with you right after about what's going on that TV special that is so special. If you've never heard this story, you are in for a treat. And if you have, well, get ready. It's coming again. If you remember from the special, Linus always had to have something with him, right? Always had to have something in his hand. If somebody took it away, forget about it. He lost his mind, right? Now, a few more observations. Al put this together, and I thought you needed to hear it.
When I was watching the Charlie Brown special with my kids, you know what I noticed? Anybody ever notice when Linus gets to preaching Luke chapter 2, and Charlie Brown wants to know what Christmas is all about? Anybody ever notice that when Linus gets to the part where the angels tell the shepherd to fear not, start talking about Jesus, notice how he lets that blanket go? He drops it and lifts both his hands in the air and starts talking about Jesus. Never noticed that before. Linus, if you know anything about Linus and Charlie Brown, he can't do nothing without his blanket. He needs his blanket like a support blanket. If he loses that blanket, somebody takes it from him, he loses his mind. His hair goes all over his head. His eyes get all matty and watery. He starts flipping out and starts screaming and hollering. He never goes anywhere. He even didn't walk up on stage without that blanket. But when he started talking about Jesus, he drops the blanket. Particularly when he says the words, fear not, he lets the blanket go. And I believe that was Charles Schultz trying to hit us with a little bit of theology. That when you're talking about Jesus, when you have Jesus, you don't need any other comforter. That he's the ultimate comforter. He's the ultimate savior. That whatever you're depending upon for comfort, care, and security, that when you have Jesus, you don't need it anymore. Pretty clever, Mr. Schultz. Well done.
Well, good morning, and welcome to This Day in History, a chance for us to look back on yesteryear, to celebrate some milestones and some achievements and the movers and shakers who brought us this far. So, what happened on this day in history? Well, it was on this day in 1620, the Mayflower Pilgrims land at Plymouth Rock in Massachusetts. That's a pretty big deal. In 1769, Edward Bevan of London, England, patented Venetian blinds, and I got to wondering, what exactly does Venetian mean in Venetian blinds? A quick Google search told me that it's called Venetian because it refers to the city of Venice, Italy, because Venetian traders popularized and refined this window covering after bringing the concept from Persia to Europe in the 1700s. And then sure enough, 1769, Edward Bevan got a patent for him. And then this one makes me so happy because I remember this from a kid. Did you ever have the laughing gas when you went to the dentist? Well, in 1844, nitrous oxide, known as laughing gas, became the first dental anesthetic when Dr. John Riggs used it for a tooth extraction on Dr. Horace Wells in Hartford, Connecticut. And in 1882, the Bijou Theater in Boston, Massachusetts became the first theater lit by electricity. They used some 650 lamps for their performance. It's pretty big. That's a lot of light. I'm just saying. That's a pretty big deal. 1882. Now, moving on. A little more. This day in history. It was on this day in 1972, Apollo 17 astronauts Eugene Cernan and Harrison Schmitt became the last humans to walk on the moon. But there are plans to put Americans back on the moon coming up very soon, actually. The U.S. plans to return humans to the moon with NASA's Artemis program, with the first crewed landing, Artemis 3, currently targeted for mid-2027, though analysts and even SpaceX suggest it could slip into late 2028 or beyond due to delays with the Starship lunar lander and complex refueling, while the crewed flyby Artemis 2 is set for April 2026 to test systems before the landing. So, there's a lot of stuff that has to happen before it happens again, but there is a plan in place. How would you like to walk on the moon? Wonder how much stuff is up there. Anyway, moving on. I'm checking my records, seeing if there's anything else that I should mention, but I can't see anything here. It's kind of short today, but that's okay. I wonder if maybe you have something big that you're celebrating today. Maybe it's your birthday. Maybe anniversary. Maybe it's the anniversary of the day you gave your heart to Jesus. That's a pretty big deal. Whatever it is today, I want to celebrate with you. So I celebrate you. Congratulations on this big day, this day in your history. Let me bring the music down, close the book, and remind you of the simple truth. There are many facts and figures written throughout this book, excerpts of people's lives and how they impacted the world and the culture around them, how they indeed made history. Think of it. How would you feel if you found out that your good history was included in a book like this, so that others could learn about you and your impact long after you were gone? Would you be humbled? Would you feel honored? Right? Yeah, and I hope that for you. I really do, but can I tell you, even if your history is not written in a book like this, I know where it is being written every single day. It's on the hearts and in the minds of every person you come in contact with, and how you make them feel. So with that in mind, I wonder if you could take a challenge with me I like to take every day about this time. It's simply this: let's resolve to make good history today, so that when others think of us, they get a smile on their face, a little extra warmth in their heart. They feel better having just been around us. But how can we make that happen? Well, see, therein lies the work. Because it is work. It takes work. It takes time. Because later today, I would venture to say, an opportunity will come your way, in which you'll have a choice to make. Whether to react under the pressure in the heat of the moment and regret every word that comes out of your mouth, or to give it some time, calm down, cool off. As the Bible says, Selah, pause and calmly think of that. And add some grace, some mercy, and some love. And then respond to the situation instead. It's not always easy, because if we're honest, sometimes we do want to fly off the handle, don't we? I mean, sometimes it feels like it's all just pent up inside of us and it's growing, and it's about to explode. But if you've lived that, you know that regret instantly shows up. So, with that in mind, can you take this challenge with me? I'll tell you this: by taking this challenge, when that opportunity shows up later today, you'll think back to this very moment. I can't tell you how many times it's happened to me, and it helps me make the right decision. So, can you? Yes or no? Take that challenge with me? Yeah, I knew you could. Thanks for hanging out with me right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Now, how about some Dean Martin? Even though it's not even cloudy outside, I'm going to say it. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Well, it's that time in the morning for us to check in with a really good friend of ours. His name is Brian Trent from Hampton, South Carolina, where he pastors the Lighthouse Church. He and his family are all across the socials under this handle, Trent Tribe. That's how you can find him for yourself. And we're in the middle of the study with him, the series called This Is Jesus. And today is day 25. Ooh, this is good. Take a listen to this.
She was no longer looking for love from that man because she had found the man. One of the things that I've learned over the years in my relationship with Jesus is that he desires for us to surrender. But a lot of times in our minds, we think surrender is a negative thing. That means I'm giving up. Someone else is going to be in control. And it's partially true, but think about it this way. Surrendering my weaknesses to his strengths. That's what he's asking me to do. To surrender my will, my way to his. Surrender my losses to his victory. Well, that sounds like a good deal, right? You know, years ago, I had the opportunity to pastor this older lady. She came to me one day. She was very worried. She was in tears about her adult daughter that had been married several times, was getting ready to get married again. She said, I'm afraid it's going to end the way the other ones did because she has been looking for love in all the wrong places. And I said, well, you know, worrying about it's not going to help. And she said, I know. And I said, I think that God wants you to surrender it to Him. She said, how do I do that? Well, prayer is one thing. Prayer is not necessarily getting our way. Prayer is submitting to God's way. It's surrendering our will. But to take it a step further, fasting, because Jesus said some things only come by prayer and fasting. But she had some underlying health conditions, but she agreed to do one meal a week to fast from lunch on Wednesdays. So we did. Do you know we did it together? Do you know that 4 weeks after we started, that her daughter came walking into church one Sunday. A few weeks later, gave her life to Jesus. She surrendered her will, her daughter. When the mother surrendered her, the daughter ended up surrendering her heart to Jesus. She ended up getting married to that man, but she was no longer looking for love from that man because she had found the man that could give her love beyond her imagination, and she stayed married to that man. That is the power of surrender. And Jesus wants you to surrender everything to His will, your losses for His victory, your weaknesses for His strength. Love you.
Wow, that's good, isn't it? Again, you can find him across the socials under this handle, Trent Tribe, TrentTribe. I'd be glad that you did. They even have their own website, TrentTribe.com. Come back tomorrow about the same time. We'll have something else. Day 26 of This Is Jesus. All right, some more great Christmas music headed your way. How about some Frank Sinatra? Have yourself a merry little Christmas. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. Let's talk a little bit more about that spirit being crushed a little bit when your heart is broken. Just a few minutes ago, got a call from Donnie Tolles, a good friend of ours, a JFM family member, and he shared a little something with me about this time of the year. And he gave me permission to share it with you. And I think it'll help, especially if you're going through loss during this time, through grief, if you're missing a loved one. Here you go.
It's been 14 years since my dad has passed away this year. And he actually passed away Thanksgiving Day. So Thanksgiving and pretty much any holiday has been tough. And, you know, they always say that it's going to get better. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're going to always have something in the back of your mind that reminds you that they're not around on Christmas or Thanksgiving or your birthday. I struggled for quite a while when my dad died. And I'm not happy to say that, you know, I was young and I did blame God a little for taking, I felt like He took my dad from me, you know.
Gotcha.
But I had to come to the realization that He didn't take my dad from me. He took my dad because he was suffering. And I know now that my dad's in a better place and that he's up dancing with the Lord every day. You know, he's back fishing like me and him did. You know, he's fishing in heaven.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Hunting up there. You know, he's doing all the things that he loved, but he's doing it without any pain. And he's doing it without any suffering. And that's what's most important to me is I know that he's in a better place.
Yeah.
Because being in heaven is better than where we are right now, brother.
That's right.
And it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. But God is also there to get you through it.
Yes.
And just go to Him. Don't be afraid to go to the Lord, you know, on that day or on a holiday, because He'll put smiles on your face.
Yeah.
Because He's going to remind you that that's where they are. They're with Him. So, you know, I've already been kind of sad, you know, even though it's not Christmas yet. I've already been kind of sad because I know that this is the 14th Christmas that I've spent without my dad in my life.
Yeah.
But I just want to share that with you.
So I wonder, because you've lived this for 14 years now, what is something that others can do to kind of help you through a time like this, or somebody who's lost a parent or lost a loved one like this? What's something they can do that kind of that helps you? Is there anything that can be done to help you through a season like this?
The comfort that I've found in going through something like this has been turning to Jesus.
Yeah.
Because you sit around, you think about it, and I feel like the more you think about it, the sadder you get, but you always want to reminisce.
Yeah.
It's all about the memories, because, I sit around and I think about so many, fun memories that me and my dad had together, with hunting, with fishing, and, him teaching me how to work on cars, and it's just that bonding that you do with your parent that you've lost, or your even could be an uncle, or an aunt that's taught you something throughout your life.
Yeah.
But the easiest way I found to cope with it is just pray and talk to Jesus, because from day one that my dad has passed away, I spent 8 months in deep depression, and almost to the point of I didn't know if I was going to be here to talk to you today.
Yeah.
And at the end of that 8th month, I dropped to my knees and I prayed. And I said, good Lord, this is not me. My dad doesn't want me to be like this. He wants me to go on with my life and to be a better man and to be, there for my mom, because I made a promise to my dad that I'd always take care of my mom.
Yeah.
If anything ever happened to him. And so I kept that promise, and I took care of my mom. I come out of that depression. I called her for the first time in 8 months. It was a tough road, and it's still been a tough road, but God will pull you through it. It's going to get better.
Yeah.
I sat down yesterday and I was just reminiscing, memories of my dad and Christmas and Thanksgiving, and we would always watch the Alabama and Auburn football game.
Oh yeah.
Together at my brother's, and my dad would always be there.
Yeah.
So another way that I found to cope with it, it was tough at first because it was something that me and my dad always done, watching the Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
But now I watch it myself, and I picture my dad being beside me, and we're cheering on Alabama, and we're having a good time, and we're talking and cutting up. So that's kind of another way I cope with it, is I watch that game now, and I just think about my dad being with me, and it gives me a comforting feeling and a warm feeling.
Well, to tell you the truth, some of us were kind of afraid to bring up memories of loved ones, of people that we know, people who are dealing with a loss during this time. Sometimes we try to skate around that memory. We don't want to bring it up because we don't want to make them hurt. We don't want to make them feel those emotions again. But right. I'm wondering if sometimes the opposite is true. If maybe we needed to bring up those good memories, if maybe we needed to reminisce with them a little bit, would that be helpful at all, or would it put you in a deeper, darker place?
No, it would help, honestly.
Okay.
You don't ever want to kind of tuck away a memory.
Yeah.
Because that's all that you had with them while they were here, is those good times, those memories,
Yeah.
So it's never a bad thing to reminisce.
Okay.
Yes, it might make you sad at first, but in the end, you're going to be happy because you're going to remember all the good things you've done throughout life with them, There's never been a point since my dad passed away that I haven't reminisced. Yeah. And where we used to live, I would even go down there and just sit on the riverbank and fish and think about my dad.
Yeah.
All the good times we had fishing and going out on a boat, and still just kind of picturing my dad being with me, you know, and enjoying the moments. I don't want to look like a crazy person, but I would even talk like he was there, tell him how much I love him, how much I miss him, and wishing that he was still with me. But I know that in the end that can't happen. But I know one day, I'm going to see him again.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be a really good day. Because not only am I going to see my dad, but I'm going to meet Jesus. And oh, what a powerful feeling that's going to be. The day that I meet Jesus.
That's right.
And I look at them pearly gates, and I know that I'm going to be with him, and I'm going to be with my dad. That is what I'm striving for.
Yes.
To be a good man, to be a man of God, to do his work, so I know that my name is wrote in the book of life. That's my goal.
That's good, Donnie. Man, thank you for sharing that.
Yes, sir.
That's powerful. And that's a vulnerable spot to be in. Thank you, Donnie, for opening up like that, helping us all to learn how to help others who are going through grief, going through a loss during this time. So maybe we need to reminisce a little bit. I've always been afraid of bringing up lost loved ones, people who've passed on during the holidays. I don't know, it's just always felt like you needed to skate around that because you didn't want to bring up any bad feelings, but at the same time, bringing up those memories is almost a form of therapy. It's a way of helping reminisce a little bit, remember those good times that they had with them. That's good. Thanks again, Donnie. All right, time for us to close the show. Let me hit this jingle and we'll do it. Well, the time has come for me to bid you adieu. But before I do, I'd like to share with you an inspiring quote. In fact, some might say it's the most inspiring quote of the day from Frederick Buechner, who said, "The place where God calls you is the place where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meet." And maybe today your gladness feels a little dim. Maybe your heart feels heavier than you expected during what's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year. If that's true, you're not failing. You're not falling behind, you're simply human. And that's exactly where God meets you. That's why today's word of life has been such an anchor. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. Psalm 34:18. You may not feel strong today. You may not feel joyful. You may not even feel like you have much to offer. But hear me. God isn't waiting for you to get it together. He's already close. He's already comforting. He's already carrying the part of your heart that feels too heavy to hold alone. Whatever's in your heart right now, whatever you're worried about, grieving or trying to navigate, He's holding it with you. And I want you to walk into the rest of this Thursday with your head lifted a little higher, because the God who loves you isn't watching from a distance. No. What does that verse say again? The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. Right in the middle of it, right in the mess and the miracle. So take a deep breath. Let your shoulders relax. Step into the rest of your day knowing you're not stepping in alone. Thank you for spending your morning with me today. If today's show encouraged you, the podcast replay will be up at 11 o'clock on 5 platforms: Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and YouTube podcast. I would love for you to share it with someone who needs a reminder that God comes close. And I'll meet you right back here tomorrow morning. Until then, walk in peace, walk in hope, and know this: your heart is held, and you are not alone. I'll see you tomorrow.